Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. हरि ओम। बोलिए श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। समस्त जनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ओम श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। बोलिए श्री वेदव्यास भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। वेलकम टू द सेकेंड मंथ, द 6th episode of Yaksha Prashna. This Yaksha Prashna, as we saw last time, is from the Vanaparva, the Aranya Parva, the last part of Vanaparva in the Mahabharata, where at the end, this is coming at the end of the exile period of the Pandavas along with Draupadi in the forest. This is happening in the forest called Dvaitavanam, where the Brahmana is seeing that a deer has taken off the arani sticks, which is required for the yajna of the Brahmana, and it has got caught in the deer's antlers, the antlers, the horns or the antlers of that animal. And then the Brahmana comes to the Pancha Pandavas, Yudhishthira and the brothers, and says that please get those arani sticks for me because it is my swadharma, I need to do it. And it is a duty of the Kshatriya to protect the Brahmana who cannot protect himself by running fast because his life is spent chanting mantras and praying. So his body, mind and intellect are very soft and they are honed for different types of skills, different types of expressions in his life. Unlike the Kshatriya, who has been spending his lifetime working with weapons, working out the body, working out the muscles, the strength, studying the art of ruling, being trained to be a ruler. And so he approaches them. And when the brothers are being sent one by one, they go, first they're feeling thirsty, searching the deer. And they go to a place called Dvaitavanam. And where since they're feeling thirsty, they're able to see some birds flying. And so Nakula is being sent. And Nakula wants to drink water from that lake. The Yaksha stops him and says, this lake belongs to me. Maya Puro Parigraha. I have taken hold of this, taken possession of this lake, even before. So you answer my questions and take the water. So Nakula refuses, Sahadeva refuses, Arjuna goes, Arjuna also refuses, and Bhima also refuses. All the four of them are lying dead. And Yudhishthira goes, and then when the Yaksha, Yudhishthira also wants to drink the water, the Yaksha stops him, and Yudhishthira begins to answer the questions. The first question is about the sun, why the sun rises, and the answer is the sun rises because of the Veda or Brahma. Now question number 21, you will see this here. Kimsvit avapatam shreshtam kimsvit nivapatam varam kimsvit pratishthamananam kimsvit prasavatam varam. Yudhishthira answers, varsham avapatam shreshtam Bijam nivapatam varam gavaham pratishtamananam putraham prasavatam varaham. So the question posed by the Yaksha are very interesting. These questions and answers are not to be found anywhere else, but they're all questions based on dharma, or the best qualities of the divine that can be expressed, or what we need to do to express the best qualities of the divine. Kim Smith, Avapatam Shreshtam. So, what is the best among everything that is in the form of water? So, Yudhishthira answers, Varsham Avapatam Shreshtam. Among everything that makes the human being and other living beings survive, what is the best? The rain is the best, meaning water is the best, is Yudhishthira's answer. So, this book that we are following for Yaksha Prashna has been written by Swami Shiva Yogananda based on his talks on the Mahabharata. Swami Shiva Yogananda ji is the Acharya, the spiritual guide at Chinmaya Mission, Madurai. And very soon, on May 8th, the Tamil version, the Tamil translation of this book, Yaksha Prashna, will also be released by Tamil publications of Chinmaya Mission. Kim Smith Avapatam Shreshtam. Living beings cannot survive without water. The grace of the Lord is seen in the form of rain. And even the scriptures like Tirukural and Tirumandiram, they all speak about the importance of water. Van Sirappu. The 10 Kurals from the Tirukural talks about the rain and the importance of rain. Neerindri amayadu ulagenin யார் யாருக்கும் வானின்றி அமையாது ஒழுக்கு. So this whole world will not be there without water, and without rain, even the great masters who perform yajnas, because of which this whole world is running in a very disciplined and beautiful manner, will not happen if there is going to be no rain. So that's the importance of rain from the Tirukural. Everybody loves a good shower on a hot day. The other day at Chinmaya Surya, when I was clearing the garden and watering the garden, we opened the gate, which was always closed for a long time. Breaking open the lock, we opened the gate and put a new lock. And we had to clear the road, the pathway outside the gate, because for a long time, lots of debris had got stuck there. So I was pouring water from a pipeline to clear off the dust from that pathway. One dog came running, and then very beautifully it is standing I was wondering, why is that dog standing there? It was showing its side, the side of the dog, because I was pouring the water for the clearing the pathway. The dog is enjoying that spray from the water. It was a very beautiful sight to watch. So even animals love. Many years ago, when I was a journalist, I went into the Vandalur Zoo to see how the Vandalur Zoo is in Chennai. It is a very big zoological park in Chennai at Vandalur. And I was just looking into how the animals were all putting up with the summer heat during one summer time. This was around 20 years ago, maybe. And for the lion's cage, they were doing many methods by, soaking gunny sacks and lining the whole cage for the lion so that it. And the Rajanagam, or the king cobra, was kept in an air-conditioned atmosphere because the king cobra lives in places like Kodaikanal, in hill stations, and so they had an air condition. So everybody loves water, everybody loves coolness. Even the animals also love it. Any place, even during summer, if you see, the mud pot is kept with cool. There is a sand on which the mud pot is kept, and water is poured into it so that we can have a cool drink of water. And you see, around that water pot, lots of black ants will come and live because they love the coolness of that mud pot and the water. So, rain is a very lovely force. We love good rains, especially when it is hot. It has a cooling effect on us. And water is also, it is not only for our health and for the mind. The Chandogya Upanishad says, like, if people are not drinking water for a long time and not eating food, then not just the body but the mind will also not function, because our brain itself contains more than 70% of water, or 80-90% of water in the brain is there. The main water from the body is being absorbed by the brain. Only then the thinking process is very effective. If there is less water, if there is dehydration, we cannot think well. Sri Nilakanta also interprets Avapatam as people who worship the Devas through yajnas. The most beneficial results, which whenever we do yajnas according to the proper rituals, the first benefit that we can see is rain. In many yajnas, when it is being done with a lot of devotion and following the rules, compulsorily there's rain at the end of the yajna. And the rain is not an accidental effort. All the rain that we receive, yajna means collective effort. It does not mean only sacrificial rituals with all these materials poured into it. Any collective effort which people join together, work together as one mind, and do it without any hatred, anxiety, jealousy, and one-upmanship, without that spirit of unnecessary competition. Competition to excel each other is good, but competition to get name, to get more money for one's own self, to redirect the credit from somebody else to oneself is not very healthy. So when work is happening on these lines, when people work together like this, then rain is essential. In such a country, rain does not come just like that. It is not a freak act of nature. It is not a freak act of the mountains, the rivers, and the waters and the oceans. It is a prayer that we send forth through our work to the skies, and the result that we get as rain. The performance of a yajna depends on the prosperity that comes out of rains. Because even in the Bhagavad Gita, yajnat bhavati parjanyaha, so annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyadanna sambhavaha, the whole chain of how food comes and how human beings are born and how they realize, everything is being told. The whole karma chakra of this universe is being explained in those verses. Yajnat annat bhavanti bhutani. From anna or food, all the creatures are born. The living beings are born out of food. Only from the food is the seed generated in the father. The seed is sown in the mother, and the beings are born. Annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyat anna sambhavaha. From rain, anna or food is born. Yajnat bhavati parjanyaha. From yajna, sacrificial rituals to invoke the gods, collective sacrifices, collective efforts, in collective effort of the people of a state, of the people of the group, people of the country, people of a particular religion or many religions, people of different walks of life, when they gather together and do something beautiful as an offering, not taking anything for themselves, but as an offering to the public, as an offering to the government, as an offering to the gods, as an offering to the nation, as an offering to the whole world, then it becomes a yajna bhavati parjanya. It becomes a yajna. Yajna bhavati parjanyaha. Then yajnaha karma samudbhavaha. How does yajna come? Yajna comes out of karma. Karma means action, collective action. Karma brahmobhavam vidhi. Where does karma come? Karma comes from Brahma, the self, the individual personality, the individual human being, the jivas. Karma yajna, karma brahmodbhavam vidhi, brahmadbhava samudbhavam. Where does this Brahma come? Brahma means the individual. Kar, yeah, Brahma, karma brahmodbhavam vidhi. Brahma comes from Akshara. Brahma also means the Vedas, and Vedas come from the words or the sounds, Akshara, in this universe, meaning the mantras, the different mantras. कर्म ब्रह्मोद्भवं विद्धि ब्रह्माक्षर समुद्भवं तस्मात् सर्वगतं ब्रह्मा नित्यं यज्ञे प्रतिष्ठितं सर्वगतं ब्रह्मा. The Brahma that is present everywhere, the knowledge that is present everywhere, the individual I, the consciousness that is everywhere is Tasmat Sarvagatam Brahma Nityam Yajne Pratishtitam. Brahma is in Yajna. It is established in Yajna. So when we do Yajnas, we will realize our self. When we do Yajnas, the mind becomes purified. When the mind becomes purified, there is nothing else to see other than the self. And that is how the karma leads to yajna, yajna leads to realization of the truth. And for this realization of the truth, for these activities, rain is important. And that is why avapatam shreshtam, varsham avapatam shreshtam. Varsham is rain, and it also means yajna or collective effort. Agriculture is a collective activity, and there is no scientific document that does not assert the importance of agriculture, the importance of forestry, and the importance of sowing seeds and collecting harvest and watering the plants, watering the ground. The next question is, Kim Smith Nivapatam Varam, Bijam Nivapatam Varam. So what is the best among that which is sown? Is a question. The best among that which is sown is the seed. The seed is what gives us a tree. The seed is what gives us a plant. The seed is what gives us a grass, gives us a flower, gives us a fruit, gives us our paddy, gives us our wheat, gives us our rice, gives us our oil, coconut, cotton. Everything that we need to use in this world is coming from the seed. In the same way, the human being also is born because of the seed. The seed is the source of all existence. The causal stuff in us is the seed. According to Nilakanta, Sri Nilakanta, Nivapatam is also interpreted as Pitri Yajna. Pitri Yajna means offering to our ancestors. Offering to our ancestors is not just the Shraddham or the Amavasya Tarpanam and other things where we give offerings of sesame seeds and rice balls, feeding to the crows and all that. It is not just that. It is the offering of progeny, going through the school education process, getting married, begetting children, getting progeny, because it is only through the progeny that the ancestors can come back into the world. They can be born. It is only through the progeny. So there is a very nice story in the Mahabharata which highlights the importance of Pitru Yajna. Pitru Yajna is basically the activity of getting married and giving forth children. In our Shastras, the process of giving birth to children is not something that is shunned or not spoken about. That is called Pitru Yajna, where the mother and the father meet and they give birth to children. So for this purpose, there is a story to highlight the importance of getting married and giving birth to children. Otherwise, we may not want to get married, or we may not want to give birth to children even if we get married? Because in the modern day, people ask these questions. There was a person called Jarat Karu, and he was walking through the forest. In one of the episodes of Mulla Mahabharatam on this Chinmaya Surya channel, in the beginning of 2022, around April, the story of Jagat Karu is there. Jarat Karu was walking through the forest. He saw some ancestral beings hanging head down on a tree, and they were hanging by the roots, and those roots also were being eaten away by rats. So anytime they would fall down into the ground. So that is the kind of condition. This Jarat Karu saw them, and Jarat Karu asked them, "Who are you? Why are you hanging from these trees? And why are you in such a despicable condition?" So these people, they said, "What to do? We are ancestors, we are pitrus, we had people, we have a person in our family. His name is Jarat Karu, and he does not want to get married. He is going on spending his life in tapasya, going from forest to forest, village to village, spending his life in tapasya. So we are just trying to locate him and meet him and convey the message that we will be saved only if he gets married." So Jarat Karu says, "Shall I, by doing tapasya, won't your problems go away?" There is no way our problems will go away by tapasya. Our problems will go only if Jarat Karu gets married. He is the only person in our lineage, and he gives birth to children because they are called putras. Pun narakat trayate iti putraha. If I don't have a putra, if I don't have a son, then the ancestor will fall into a naraka or a place called put. And the son is a person who protects the lineage from falling into this hell called put. And so we are trying to locate this Jarat Karu and to make him get married and give birth to children. And so this Jarat Karu says, "I'm very sorry, the very Jarat Karu that has given you so much of heart pain, and the Jarat Karu that you say is refusing to get married. I am the Jarat Karu. What can I do for you?" So when these people ask, "Who are you, my dear boy? You are inquiring so much into our own welfare and all that." And so that time he says, "I am the Jarat Karu whom you're all talking about. So what is it that I can do?" He says, "You should get married and give birth to children." So Jarat Karu says, "Okay, I will get married to," he put some very interesting conditions. "I will get married only to the person who has got my own name, and I will go and ask 3 times in a house. If by 3 times they don't give bhiksha of a girl in marriage, then I will not get married. So you will ensure that." And so these people ensured that. He went and asked in Vasuki's house. Vasuki was waiting for Jarat Karu to come. He knows that there is the right person for his sister. The sister's name is also Jarat Karu. So he says, Patrim Dehi, 3 times he asks. And Vasuki says, "Will you please marry my sister?" Then he asks, "What is her name?" first. He said, "Her name is Jarat Karu." So then they get married, and then Jarat Karu gets married to Jarat Karu. And this Jarat Karu also puts a very interesting condition on his wife. Even before marriage, the condition is there. She should not do anything that I don't like. The moment she does something I don't like, I will leave her. So the idea is to get married and then finally go to do tapas. That is what. It's not to indulge in that married life. And so they agree to that. The child, what happens they are living their life very happily. The wedding happened very beautifully. And then one day, this Jarat Karu, the male, the father, is lying down on the lap of this woman Jarat Karu, and the sun is about to set. So this woman, who is thinking about, how to wake him up, because sun is about to set, and he is the person who doesn't missed Sandhya Vandanam. So how to wake him up? And she thinks whether to wake him up. If he wakes up, he may get angry, or but I have to do my dharma to wake him up. And so this Jaratkaru finally decides that let me do my dharma and wake him up. And so she woke him up, saying, "Please get up. It is time for Sandhya Vandanam." He says, "Oh lady, you have displeased me. So I have to leave now, according to my vow." So this Jaratkaru is crying to Jaratkaru, her husband. "You got married to me because my brother also gave me in marriage to you, because our ancestors, the snakes, who are all being killed, who are all under a curse and are ready to be killed by Janamejaya and the Sarpasatra Yaga. We want to give birth to a child who can save the race of snakes. And so now that you say you're angry and you're going away, what shall I do?" She cries. So then this Jaratkaru says, "Don't worry, Asti, the baby is there." So since the baby has been told as Asti, that it is there, the baby was called Astika. The small, very bright baby that was born was called Astika. He turned out to be a great Rishi, Astika Rishi, and he was the one who saved the lineage of snakes, including Takshaka, from falling into the fires of Janamejaya's Sarpasatra Yajna, or the snake Yajna. Even today, if anybody is afraid of snakes, there is a shloka in the Mahabharata, Jaratkaror Jaratkarvam. So this person who is born, Astika Vachanam Smaran, O snake, remember the words of Astika, who is the son of Jaratkaru and Jaratkaru. He says that anybody who remembers me, the snake should not touch those people. So even now, even if we don't remember the shloka, you can always say, Om Astikaya Namaha, Om Astikaya Namaha, Om Astikaya Namaha, and we will be free of the fear of snakes. The next question is, Kim Swit Pratishtamananam, Gavav Pratishtamananam, among that which is established in this world, which is of great value, which gives us stable happiness. In the world, everything gives amount of happiness, but everything cannot give so much of happiness. What is that which gives us a lot of happiness in this world? Gavaha Pratishtamananam. It is the cows that can give us a lot of happiness, because the cows give milk, the cows give ghee, the cow gives curd. The cow is a very sattvic animal. It is being reared by the Brahmanas, and the cow gives us love. Anybody who wants to experience real love, they should try being near cows, petting cows, rearing cows, and being with cows. They will understand what true love is. The true love of emotion, of motherhood, it is there, it is expressed through the cows. All the devatas live in the cow, and that is why the cow is worshipped in India. We do Go Puja, Go Matru Puja. We worship the cow as our mother. So even the child, human child, when it is born, after some month, if it is not able to get the mother's milk, cow's milk is what is given for the human baby also. In Rig Veda, there is a sukta called Go Sukta, and there is a very famous Swasti mantra. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahisha go brahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam. May the go, the cows, and the brahmanas always remain happy. Is there any speciality for this animal? Why not the dogs, or why not the tigers? These are the animals that have been domesticated and that have been serving the humankind for generations together. And Brahmanas are the people who know the Brahman, who seek the Brahman, who live a life of sattvic quietude, helping others in society, showing others the right path. A Purohita is a person, Parasya Hitam Karoti, the one who shows the right path, who guides the other people onto the right path, who gives other people with gifts, and then who teaches other people the right things to do, who helps other people to do yajnas, and himself also he is doing the necessary sadhanas, or then they qualify to be a Brahmana. Janmana jayate Shudraha, Karmana Dvija Uchyate. By birth, everybody is a Shudra, but when they do the right karma of the mantra japas, the pujas, the homas, the rituals, meditation, helping others, being kind and compassionate, having the right feelings for others, the right thoughts for others, then they become a Brahmana. Those people need to be protected because the welfare of the society depends on such kind-hearted people. When there is a நல்லார் ஒருவர் உளரேல் அவர் பொருட்டு எல்லோருக்கும் பெய்யும் மழை. So, the third question is, the 24th question, the third question for today. Kimsmith prasavatam, the fourth question for today. Kimsmith prasavatam varam. Putraha prasavatam varam. Prasava. Sava means yajna, and prasava means a very good yajna of manifesting something. What is a good yajna? The yajna is the holy institution of marriage and how the child is conceived. And then Pum Savanam, in the 5th month, they do a ritual called Pum Savanam. Everything is being offered as a yajna. The girl is being offered as a yajna to the hand of the father, the boy. And then the boy offers the seed to the woman as a yajna. The woman offers the child as a yajna. Everything is an offering into this world. Nothing is for one's own selfish reasons. Whatever we produce, whatever we do is a yajna. Putraha prasavatam varam. Whatever we, Swami Shiva Yogananda ji says in this book, whatever we deliver in this world, it can be our speech, it can be our thoughts, it can be our actions, it can be our dreams, it can be our work. Everything is a putra. We are delivering constantly. We are delivering babies into the world. The babies of our thoughts, the babies of our feelings, the babies of our words, the babies of our actions. Any action, any delivery. So that is why whenever even these actions are being done, the postman delivers the letter. The person from these food delivery services like Swiggy, Zomato, we call them delivery is in 1 hour. And then even these parcels are being delivered. Goods are being delivered. Gods are being delivered. Whenever we do a yajna, we chant the mantra, we invoke the God, and we deliver the God. And whenever in a temple also, in the Kumbhabhishekam, when they install a deity, before that actually the deity is being born. The deity is brought from the Shilpashala and then placed like a baby in conception. Pre-born, premature baby is placed in an incubator. In the same way, the deity, the idol is being incubated for 48 days in dhanya or rice, where the rice or the grains, they bless or they give their energy into that idol. And then for 48 days, it is placed in water, and the water is blessing that idol with energy. And then the deity is being installed, and all the abhishekam is being done. And then finally, in the last moment, the eyes of the deity are being opened by a ritual. And then only the deity is born, and everybody goes around, gives a name for the deity, tells the name of the deity in the ear, just like how when a new baby is born, we chant the name of that baby into the ear. The same way, the deity is also, the consecration process is the delivery of the deity. We are accountable to this force, whether or not anybody is there to witness our words, thoughts, and actions. There is an unseen force that is constantly observing us, and this process of delivery, this process of giving forth babies is constantly happening everywhere. The earth itself is a mother, and all the previous four answers, when you look at it from an ecological perspective, it talks about rainfall, it talks about green cover, it talks about water bodies like lakes, how important water is, how important our seva of keeping them clean. Cleanliness is the most important seva that this whole world, that all people around us is required. The most important service that we can offer in our temples, in our common places, in our homes, around our homes is cleanliness. This is the greatest yajna that we can do. And this maintains, when this cleanliness is there, everything is in order. The whole universe is in order. And even when whatever we do is clean, neat, and tidy, the systems are functioning beautifully. We love our washing machines. We love our fans. We love our cars to be neat and tidy. We don't want any particulate matter in our petrol tank, which can cause disturbance in the car when we are going on the highway. We don't want any particulate matter or anything roaming around on the flight, on the path of a flight, whether it is any pollutants. So pollutants are everywhere now. The yajna that we need to focus is to retrieve all the waste, to process the waste, reduce the emissions of waste, recycle the waste into more usable waste, and then reduce, reuse, and recycle. The 3 R's which we need to follow is a very important yajna that we need to do. I think we have to talk about it no end in our satsangs and in our common gatherings, because the future of the world, the future of the world's future is very well decided. As long as the sun and moon and the earth and the planets are spinning in their orbits, the future is set for the world. But it is our future, our happiness, our joy that is in question. The future of our children is in question, where everything depends on how beautifully we maintain our surroundings, maintain the earth, maintain our inner atmosphere, the inner climate of the mind, by purifying the mind of kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, all these qualities, the negative qualities that are keeping the mind in a very depressed state. When we purify ourselves from all this, everything will happen very beautifully. All our activities will become divine offerings into this universe, the yajna that we can offer. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha, Sarve Santu Niramayaham, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om. बोलिए श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। हर नमः पार्वती पतये, हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम।